Hello, and welcome to Recent Activity, your new favorite entertainment review podcast that attempts to cover every film, every show, all at once. I am your co-host, Andrew Morgan. With me, as always, the pod devil of Hell's Kitchen, Mr. Shane Beauregard. How are you, sir?
I am fired up tonight. Fired up!
Yeah, I am interested. I am fired up as well. This is an instant reaction podcast, our second of the week on this feed. So that is pretty incredible. If you haven't already checked out our Oscars 2025 instant reactions, go ahead and do yourself a favor and check that out. Me, my buddy David Long, the Duke of Bettingham, always good with the Oscars betting and loves the history and all that stuff. That's a good episode. Go check that out. But tonight, the devil will feast. We will be doing our instant reactions to Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus. I want to say that for the people in the back because there is a difference, folks, between the Netflix version that ended back in 2018 and now resurging now on Disney Plus. I almost feel bad that I'm talking, Shane, because it's been what, years since this kind of like sort of came out, and what has your common refrain been this entire time, Shane?
On going to Disney Plus?
Yes.
Yeah, then I'm afraid they're going to screw it up,
right?
And I'll be thoroughly disappointed. Yes, that's my biggest fear.
That is the most undercut version I think you've said that sentence. I think I've heard you say, if Disney screws up Daredevil, I'm going to go ballistic. I'm going to kill them. I am going to do maim them. Any of these things, you know. But I've also heard the positive aspects of you with Daredevil, not only for the previous show, which you're a huge fan of. You're currently wearing the shirt. Wish people could see you. And, you know, I was a fan of the show. And I think I said this to you off air. Like, I've been doing the rewatch for Daredevil. And I love it now more than I even did back then because I'm watching it straight through, which gives you kind of a different feeling about the show. You can see it for what it truly is, especially without the Defenders noise, the extraneous character noise, and just going straight for the gut and just remembering, like putting myself back in that feeling that I felt those years ago. And so I want to hear from you. So again, like kind of paint the picture of you're a huge fan of the show. You see that it's coming to Disney. You have your trepidations. You see the trailer. And how are you feeling before you press play on Tuesday night when this finally premiered on Disney Plus?
I'll be honest with you, I was feeling pretty good. I saw the trailer and what they showcased in the trailer. I'm like, this has a Netflix feel. Like this is it. They're not going to screw this Disney Plus show up.
Right.
They're not going to do it because we've been battering Disney Plus shows around since the inception, pretty much, of the Disney Plus Marvel shows. And I'm like, if they screw this up, good Lord help them.
Yeah. Did you think there was like a canary in the coal mine, though, because of all the firings and reshoots and all the rumors that were out there of like they just tore things up and started over and all of those things? Are you concerned about the length of the season because it's longer than everything? Yeah,
originally, yes. I was like, oh my God, like that's too many episodes. Like even Netflix at 12, I felt was a little lengthy at times, and they had a couple filler episodes. They could have condensed it a little bit more. So yes, I was a little worried. But honestly, deep down, I thought they knew what they had with the Netflix show. They knew how beloved the series was. It is recognized as probably the best Marvel Netflix show, well, Marvel show, period, that's ever been done. I'm like, they have to recognize that at some point. So we cannot like fully fumble this football.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like I said, even now more than ever, I appreciate and love this show because Disney Plus, you know, because Netflix really didn't do more outside of the Defenders. They had their few shows. And even then, I would say largely, I'll speak for myself, first season of Jessica Jones, terrific.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, Luke Cage, okay. Iron Fist obviously drew a lot of skepticism, and the actual Defenders season itself was pretty good. Because at least you get the best of everybody and it's all that. But I would say since then, of course, you have the Disney Plus shows, and I don't think they've done anything critically praised yet, right? I'm not forgetting anything. Like WandaVision was like probably the closest, right?
Yes. WandaVision.
Or no, what the hell am I talking? Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it was WandaVision because it was eccentric, it was different. It wasn't like any other Marvel show that you saw. So it was garnering some praise in that facet because it wasn't like any other Marvel show that you saw.
Sure. So now that they're bringing this in, I had hoped the same as you, that there would be at least like, some deference given to the success of the original Daredevil, and that the look and feel of this would be similar to have. Obviously it's going to be a different storyline, but I felt like this should have been akin to season 4 of Daredevil versus kind of like this is the MCU Daredevil. And that was some of the fears that we had. So what I'm going to do is give you the floor. I am going to let you air it all out. But first, let me just set the stage score-wise, how it's feeling out in these streets, what we are dealing with here plot-wise. This is Daredevil Born Again. Matt Murdock, a blind lawyer with heightened abilities, the one we know and love, is fighting for justice through his bustling law firm, while former mob boss Wilson Fisk pursues his own political endeavors in New York. When their past identities begin to emerge, both men find themselves on an inevitable collision course. This, of course, brings back Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock, a.k.a. Daredevil, Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk, a.k.a. Kingpin, some newcomers, Margarita Laviva as Heather Glenn, the new girlfriend / marriage counselor in the show. We'll get to that. Jania Walton as BB Urich, Ben Urich's daughter, who is now doing some kind of like street journalism, online journalism. Yeah, exactly. Wilson Bethel as Dex Poindexter, reprising his role as Bullseye. Deborah Ann Woll, of course, coming back as Karen Page. You also get Foggy back-ish. And also John Berthal is listed as being in most of this season. I don't know in what capacity, but we have not seen him yet after the first 2 episodes. By the way, this should be first and foremost, this is going to be spoiler filled. This is our reaction to the first 2 episodes. So if you have not watched it and don't want it spoiled for you, hit the ejector seat and come back later and check out our thoughts then. Also wanted to note Clark Johnson here as Cherry, a former cop turned info man for Matt's law firm. I think that about covers it for like most of the main characters, because there are a few people in here that we'll get to, some people who are on trial that we will get to and such. But right now, the scores for this show are unreal. They are 9.1 on IMDb, an 88 Rotten Tomatoes score with a 94% audience score. That is mighty high, Shane. So I want to know, after all this buildup, all this time, where are you sitting with the Devil of Hell's Kitchen?
Man, all right, so here we go. This was like Christmas Day times 100 for me Tuesday night.
Right.
Like I was so mad because I misread when it was coming out. I thought it was 6 o'clock Eastern time. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, where the fuck is Daredevil?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, 9 o'clock? Are you kidding me? So anyway, first, I liked it. My first reaction was I like it. I didn't love it. I like it. Now, It's too early to judge because we've only seen 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how the story unfolds from, here on out. But here's what I noticed off the bat, and this is like a little nitpick, I guess, but the problem with Marvel, we've noted with every movie and every show we probably reviewed the last 2 years, the first thing that stuck out to me was the shoddy CGI. Right off the bat. When he's fighting Bullseye, that was pretty cool, but like when you saw him like go to the rooftop and like start jumping around and using his baton, it just looked off, right? So the CGI is a little wonky. But man, I'll tell you, the first episode, it punches you right in the gut, like in the first 15 minutes, and you're like, oh shit. And then it goes from there. I like I said, I liked it. I like a lot of the elements of it. I liked the second episode a little bit more, to be honest with you, because they slow it down. You get more Wilson Fisk, his dynamic with Vanessa, which I really like. Like D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox still no matter what you say about the show, they own these roles. They kill it. I mean, they kill it.
Sure.
Like that fight scene with Charlie Cox at the end of episode 2, where like all of a sudden his eyes get bigger. Like he's like, oh, here we go. Like you could tell like he wants that part of him back.
Yeah.
And like just his reaction is phenomenal. I like the pacing of the second episode. I'm going to hold off complete judge. It's not as good. Like you said, these scores are a little too high for me. Like it's not as good as the first 2 episodes of the first season. The second season was a masterpiece in my opinion. So it doesn't come close to the first 2 episodes of that. It has that dark tone that Netflix has, but it doesn't feel as grounded as the Netflix show in some aspects. If that makes any kind of sense. Like it has like different camera work, different angles it's working. I like the music in the background, like the score with the scenes. I dug that. I also noticed a little less, as of now, faith theme in this right now. Because the first, like Daredevil's based on, his relationship with the church and the father and all that stuff. We haven't got a lot of that yet. We got a hint of it when he's standing in front of it for that 1 10-second scene.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, not bad. They didn't totally fumble it yet, but the ball may be coming loose. The action is still fine. We haven't seen a lot of it, but I did like that. I don't know what's going on with Bullseye yet. We'll talk about that. Like I know he probably got like adamantium infused, whatever.
Uh-huh.
I like some new characters they added. We'll see what happens with Karen Page.
Yeah.
But I really do like the Wilson Fisk angle right now. I like his dynamic with Vanessa going to counseling and her running his business. I like that. The White Tiger, we'll talk about it, but the White Tiger thing, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that yet.
Yeah, TBD.
Yeah. Some of the story beats are kind of the same, but I don't care as long as the action's good, and we haven't got a lot of it yet. So initially, good out the gate, not great out the gate.
I appreciate your comments. They are on the record. And as I noted to you before we hit record, I hope we are friends after I say the following. I think I was texting my brother, who, is also an MCU Daredevil fan, all these things. And the things I kept texting him was, oh no, this looks cheap. This is the wrong energy. This has no style. This is not the Netflix Daredevil. The fight scenes are bland outside of like the one in the apartment. Zero intensity. I thought it had no crisis of faith, as you said, no complexity in Murdoch at all at the moment. We've never seen Matt Murdock like this at all. And it's weird that the thing that probably is the worst thing to ever happen to him, because Elektra was probably second, would you say, in all of this?
Yep.
And Foggy being killed. Obviously it moves on to I think a year later.
1 year later.
Dude seems to be pretty good. I am actually way more interested in the immediate aftermath and not a year later. I'll tell you that much. They made Fisk into a Trump clone. This is clearly has Trump on its mind. His wife is now, head of his criminal dealings. So whether that's a play because he's trying to be more legit or not is to be determined. The way they kind of have been playing it is that he's doing that for now, but he's slowly going to erode and get back to business. His wife already is cheating on him, I think. They listed out who's Adam. They listed some person I know about Adam, but they didn't explain it at all when he's talking to her on that rooftop or whatever.
Right.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. He's been cheated on. King, he's not him. It's just not him. It's not so yet. Weird. And yes, I agree. Not yet. And the same thing with Matt. And so I'm trying to be patient. But I will say, all the things that pilot did, especially early on, I was just this is so wrong. Name me one moment that looked like Josie's was brightly lit, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Nothing looked right. And I can handle him kind of moving more Spider-Man-esque than Daredevil-esque when it first starts happening. But man, the fake smoke, the broadly lit rooftop. This is a fucking rooftop. How am I seeing them so perfectly? Because again, it's not tactile. It's not, it doesn't feel real. It feels fucking Disney-fied. It feels new MCU-ified. It feels like they shot this on a soundstage versus whatever the Netflix show actually felt like. I can't handle it. They have, they bring up obviously all the things that the MCU or Marvel shows have done, like your Echoes and Hawkeyes and whatever going on, mentioning those type of things. I think even there's like a Spider-Man.
There's a Spider-Man reference,
yeah. So they're really just trying to be like, hey, forget Netflix. This is the MCU, buddy. This is completely different. I find every scene with Matt and his girlfriend to be cringy. They have zero chemistry. I don't think I've seen one even shot of them like kind of looking at each other. Like they are weirdly staged, weirdly positioned where I feel nothing when they're together. I have no idea what their relationship is. And it's probably a ruse at this point because maybe that's why it's so cold. But even, what bothers me? And again, it's all about the little stuff, right? I flash back to his time with Elektra, and they were talking about running from the hand in a specific episode. And he said that he's never been above 110th Street. And that, he has no idea about like travel or any of these things. And they're just like talking about like just going on like beach vacations and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I was like, what show is this? And it's going back to caring about everything but Matt Murdock being Daredevil. It cares about, Wilson Fisk's marital troubles. It cares about other vigilantes, like the White Tiger stuff. It cares about Matt's dating life. It cares about Matt Murdock in a lawyer's office that looks unrecognizable to what his value set are. It's like almost like he's like thriving without Foggy, and it just feels so weird. I can't handle it. There's so many things I just like. The replacement of Foggy and Karen with now Cherry and his partner in the law firm. God, so detached, so bland, and I just have no reason. Like, if this wasn't Daredevil and it didn't have 3 seasons ahead and we weren't such big fans, I would be like, what's the point of going on? I don't know. And it's killing me. So I'm sorry to, again, yuck anyone's yum, rain on your parade, or if you have anything going. The only thing I can say to myself right now is that this show is 18 episodes long, and we are only 2 in. But I will tell you, just even the tone, look, and feel, I am currently not happy.
No, listen, those are all valid points. I'm not going to sit here and argue with them because I can't. Right, like the smoke coming out of the crate, the grates on the sidewalks, that bothered me too. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Everything's lit like it's the fucking 4th of July.
And that's what I told you. Like, it's dark. It's not like the Netflix movie. It's not as grounded. It doesn't feel as grounded.
No,
right?
It doesn't. It has,
so
like I said, there's no intensity.
Yeah, that aspect, along with the CGI, did take me out for a little bit. It just seemed weird. But again, I don't, because we're only 2 episodes in. I am being forgiven with some of the stuff we're seeing now. Like his new girlfriend, that didn't bother me, to be honest, because I think there's something behind the surface. I think something's going to bubble up with that relationship. The thing that bothered, I hear from some people, especially my girlfriend who's watching with me, she's like, well, how long does this take place after the 3rd season?
Yeah. Like,
how did Kingpin get out of prison? Like, shouldn't he be in there for life? And I agree with that because I'm like, okay. It doesn't bother me as much because from what I read, this takes place like, I think it said 5 to 7 years after the events of the 3rd season, right? Because I don't know. That's what I read.
So he said he went away to like his wife or whatever for like, didn't he say like 2 to 3 years?
I think that's what he said, like 3
is that the distance between that and Echo?
See,
what are we talking about?
I'm not trying to string the Echo thing in here because he did say that line, like, didn't, like the last time you father someone, didn't she shoot you in the face?
Yeah.
Or something
right.
like that. You know? So, I don't know. The timeline kind of does mess me up a little bit because I'm like, how many years are we talking about here? Like, So I see your point with him turning the corner with his new investigator and his new girlfriend. It didn't bother me. It kind of showed more of like, okay, that's how he's going to move on. He's going to like do a 180 and just kind of like go with the superstar lawyer and, whatever. And he's kind of getting with the times, I guess, is the way I took it. It didn't really bother me as much. So I'm more lenient in the fact that it's going to be a slow build till like he finally like emerges as Daredevil again, and then Wilson Fisk crumbles back into the Kingpin. Right? I thought we were going to get a little bit of that when the commissioner tried like gave him all that shit at the funeral.
Right.
Sure. And we saw a little bit when he came into the office to try to resign. I love how he just flipped up the cheesesteak wrapper and the pictures under there. He's like, all right, you're getting nothing.
Yep.
I liked it. I did. I liked the second episode more than the first. Especially the little fight scene at the end of the second episode. I want to see more of that though. That's what it had me like. I want more of that.
Yeah.
Bring me those fight styles because that was awesome, right?
Yeah, again, I'll take the apartment over anything that they did otherwise.
Yeah, and we don't know what's going on with Bullseye yet. I mean, we don't. I'm assuming he's going to escape or get out of custody somehow.
Yeah.
But I did like how he just like nonchalantly like just tossed him off the roof.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. He like just
yeah.
Like
well, because he didn't like I thought the acting with when Foggy was going through it and he's sitting there was like a little cringe too. I didn't. It is funny it.
When they were when that fight broke out. I kept thinking, does Matt know he's like infused, like enhanced? I guess you'll say now. Like, does he know? Because damn, he took a beating.
Oh yeah,
and like he wouldn't stay down. So like,
he looked like a porcupine. He had all of Bullseye's knives sticking out of him.
But like, as far as Bullseye, do you think he knew Bullseye's enhanced? Like how he broke, like how he got out, like the new Bullseye. Like, do you think he knew?
I
don't know, because I thought about that as they were fighting, to be honest with you. I'm like, damn, dude, like, but it was funny. That's why I said he looks like a porcupine with all the knives sticking out. The guy can still take a beating. Yeah. But until I see some of those one-shot infamous fight scenes we've seen from other Daredevils, like...
Well, even that scene, like, you just know how it would be, like, lit and or shot or staged. Like, you could tell they're going so much closer than before because they don't have the fight choreography that they used to with the other show. Right. And that's the other thing too. It's like you're skeptical about, the firings and reshoots. You're skeptical that they didn't also bring back the previous showrunner. Mm-hmm. So it's like you should have known, that it's going to be vastly different. And I wonder what the earliest iteration was, because I think they wanted it to be maybe even more carefree than what they got here. And then, I think Foggy and Karen weren't in the original part at all. So whatever they added was late too, which is maybe why it looks so crappy too. But that is harsh when that is literally your pilot episode. That is bad, because that's the one you kind of needed to be a little more careful with to put on Front Street as the first thing you're putting out for these people. I just don't get, like, I've looked at all the positive reviews and whatever, and it just seems like it's just a different optic. And I don't know if these people, these certain critics or whatever, like, that are looking at it, like, when was the last time they watched, like, an episode? Because I don't hear a lot, like, the stylistic changes in these reviews. Either. And that, I'm like, it's stark. It's very different. And again, even from, if I want to put on my optimistic hat, this is 2 of 18. 2 was better than 1. And I know Frank Castle is coming.
Yeah.
And I know that it's going to be this build to where Fisk and, Murdoch are going to be head to head again. So I'm hoping that there has some momentum, that some of these things will start to crystallize and that it'll get better. I'm not going to give up on the show.
No.
But I am concerned on a high level.
See, I'm not as concerned as you are. I'm really not. Like, not yet. Now, if we're like in episode 6 and I'm seeing the same issues we're talking about now,
right?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to start to worry. But if you were to isolate these 2 episodes, and I'm going to go off of what you said, like, I don't know what would make me go forward. If we didn't have any iterations of Daredevil before this, and this was just strictly the first time on Disney Plus, these first 2 episodes still gave me more than any other Disney Plus show I can think of. Like,
yeah, I mean, oh God.
I mean, honestly, that's not saying a lot.
It's not a high bar. I like the early WandaVision stuff before, again, it ended on like traditional Marvel, like CGI direct fight in the sky, whatever.
Right.
Like, it was way more intriguing when it was
the mystery behind what's going on.
Bubble and the neighborhood and that whole thing. Like, that was cool. But yeah, it obviously lost its way. But like, yeah, the other shows, like, what's the other bar? Like,
exactly.
Falcon and
Winter Soldier. Yeah. The Marvel, like, you name it. Like, so to me, it's probably the best effort they've put out in a long time. Going back to WandaVision, though, they still got to put some faith back into me a little bit. But I'm not thoroughly disappointed. I still like it. I'm still geeked up about like what's coming, what may come. Like, I'm really itching to see Frank Castle. That's my big thing. Like, when is the Punisher going to enter the fray here?
Yeah. I just wonder, like, what took him so long? Like, where's he been? I don't know exactly the status of Frank Castle because he wasn't in season 3, if I remember correctly. He was a big part of season 2. And, you know, and ending in the perfect way, covering his fire with the hand and, you know, taking dudes out as a sniper on the rooftop. Like, it's just excellent. You know, giving the nod to Karen, you know, restoring her faith in him as a human being. And then you see him, you know, burn his house down and all this other stuff. Like, it's perfect. It like the end of season 2, like season 2 in general is so good. It's my favorite season of the series, and the ending itself is a masterpiece. Like, and the one thing I've heard top critics say, as well as my own personal opinions, I think Daredevil succeeds because it's not just a good comic book character show, it's a good show. Like, you can watch that without knowing anything, start from the beginning and be like, wow, this show is deep, it's intense, it's violent, it's like, if you like just general, like, crime shows, it's there. And I even said to you, again, like, off air, those seasons almost go more towards Nolan's Batman in terms of style, quality, depth of characters, the kind of, you know, going back and forth with the vigilante stuff in the community. You know, how they feel about him. And you know, he's an orphan. You know, he's got all the standard traits, right? And it even goes back and forth with like how he has people who are close to him, and then people close to him. You know, the stakes are real, and all these things. Like, it's very close to the Batman story, and that's why I've always liked it. But it has those little elements that make it just different enough. And it's such a well-written show that I fell in love all over again. And now this really kind of like just jabbed me hard.
I can't tell you how many times I've recommended the show to people. And my first thing is like, even if you don't like, because I mentioned, like, oh, no, there's like literally they'll say, oh, this is another superhero show. I'm like, no. Just watch the show. And then I'll have people come back like, oh my God, I'm hooked. Yeah. Like I told you, it has that appeal that goes beyond you know, capes and helmets and you know, flying and fighting. It's just a great show, period. End of story. That's happened to like 3 people I just recommended to. Like, oh my God, how did I not watch the show? I'm like, well, I've been telling you for like 5 years to give this show a chance.
Yeah.
And, you know, because it works on so many levels. Like you said, it's deep and it's just layered and it's just great. I rewatched that show 3 times. I've done 3 watches on all 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And I always find something new to look at and like just look forward to certain scenes. It's terrific, dude. I can see myself watching it again like in 2 years. Like, I'm going to give Daredevil another watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking great, man.
It's excellent. And
so I can't give up on it yet. Like I said, if anything, you still get the top performances from Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio. Though, like, Kingpin, the character is kind of weird right now to me. Like you mentioned before, I don't know what to think of him because
he's neutered.
Yeah, he's not what he was in Hawkeye for sure. That's a totally different Kingpin we saw.
Yeah.
Then even in the one in Echo, I kept thinking, so how long does this takes place? How long after Echo? Like, what is going on? Like, he seems so different from, though I guess this at the end of Echo, if you remember how he was kind of neutered and she thought he was going to kill her.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, like, I'm a different man. So I guess this leads into this show. But again, It just seems like a different Kingpin right
Yeah.
now. And I know we'll get him back, but it's like, all right, like, come on, man. Give me some of that Wilson Fiske stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to James Gandolfini's son, by the way.
Yeah,
He's
which
in
one
this
was it?
show.
I saw him in the credits. Which one is he?
He was the one that was campaigning for him, the young guy in the tie that was riding the limo with him
Okay.
with the hat. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Super annoying. But yes, yeah, sure. Good for him that he's on like a high profile thing.
Yeah.
For sure. I'll take that. The one thing and this is never fair, but it's always an argument, right? And Disney Plus just doesn't do it. They did it with Echo, but I think I don't even know if it was on Disney Plus that way. The binge model. Do you think I'm also kind of jumpy because we're so used to just watching as much as we can and just kind of inhaling these seasons versus like, all right, it's 2, then I'm going to sit with it. And if it only gets better from here, well, I'm like, well, then you should have given me like half the season now and half, like a month or 2 from now. They
should have done the Cobra Kai method is drop 6. Yeah, drop 6, wait a couple months, drop the other 6, and then drop the other 6. And it would have been perfect.
Yeah. They never will, though, because they want, the ad revenue. They want everything. And I mean, they're already getting such a bump that I'm sure I'm not alone, that I just inhaled 3 seasons of Daredevil just coming into it. So I know why it's happening.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Right. I don't like it either. But man, do you agree? Like, I haven't seen this much pub about a Disney Plus show, a Marvel show in a long time. Like, it seems to be everywhere. Like, everyone's talking about this show right now.
Yeah.
For good or for bad. Like, this show is like in the limelight right now, and the most talked about show I can think of that they have on their service.
I can't remember the last show I cared about. Like, is it as far back as I guess Echo was the last show they had?
Yeah, it was the last show they had, yeah.
No, sorry, Agatha.
Agatha, yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as like on the social medias and the podcast and just the art, like this is front and center right now. Like everyone's talking about this show right now. Which,
and the fact that it's 18 episodes, they know they're going to have the next few months just like appointment viewing, unless it goes even further off the rails. But it's going to be.
I'll tell you what I was a little disappointed in too, because I'm such a fan. Like the one of the best parts of this show and the old show was the intro with the red blood or paint coming everywhere slowly, engulfing everything.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, you took that out. Like, I was so mad. I'm like, come on.
I know. I wonder if there is something to it, though, that if this was dropped, that like they could have been more loose with the story. Like, wouldn't you rather like it open instead of just opening on like Bullseye just going crazy, and that it's like we're seeing these 2 guys. Let's get their story, like where they've been, what's going on, get like more of a momentum in the first couple episodes, and then get to whatever this storyline is. Yeah. But I think, again, they originally didn't want Karen and Foggy, so that probably would have meant more Karen and Foggy, and then, Fisk, that dips back into previous shows and whatever. Like, at least I would have liked to connect some dots.
Yeah. I agree. They should have had a first episode, like you said, that kind of connected all the dots. Then we could have had the crazy Bullseye swoop in. I just felt like it was a little rushed. Like that first episode was a little rushed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, where were you guys been? You guys, where are we now? And all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. And you're like, oh shit. So slow down a little bit and then speed it up.
Yeah. I wonder if they She-Hulked this in a way.
Don't you dare.
What I mean by that, I don't mean in like a quality difference. You remember how there was, they said that originally what they did in the first few episodes of She-Hulk with Banner coming back in and doing stuff, all that they moved that up. Yeah, and that those episodes were later in the season. They moved it up because they wanted people to get caught on with all that. I wonder whether there's a different, look here, a different thought to be like, oh yeah, no, we had it where it eased itself in and then Foggy got murdered, because doesn't that seem better? But they were probably like, listen, we don't even want these people in the show to begin with, but if you want them in here, we're going to get them out of here, and just we'll move it to the front. So you could kind of like, I've heard somebody say, you could see the seams.
Yeah.
Like, especially because if you and it's weird because this show doesn't work unless you watched Daredevil, but it's a show that also doesn't care a lot, like, and doesn't, tip its hat to the first 3 seasons.
Yeah. No, you're right. Like I said, because it disconnects the faith part right now.
Yeah.
And some of the elements that made Matt Murdock, his internal struggle. That was his whole thing, And, like I said, they're kind of skating away from that a little bit as of now. But like I said, it's too early because I don't know where it's going. So we'll eventually see. I do like how they kind of pick up more on how he can hear, like his enhanced abilities of actually hearing stuff away. I feel like they focus more on those abilities than they ever have in the past.
Well, they're also going deep into actual lawyering more, which I'm like,
which he's never done. We've never seen actually Matt Murdock. We've never actually seen Matt Murdock as the lawyer, really.
Yeah, even when he's doing the trial of the century with Frank Castle, he's like nowhere to be seen because he's with Elektra, and it was like a big problem. Now he's the guy. He's the guy with a thriving law practice. Get out of here.
Yeah, right. I know. It's like, we've never seen this aspect. Oh, now it's a little too much.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, all right.
God help us all if She-Hulk shows up.
Watch. I swear to God.
18 episodes, dude. They got a lot of things to fill. A lot of time. But, all right, man. I think we're in a good place here because we can't go too high because it's too early, but we're also, a little at odds. So I'm curious. We will definitely keep track of this as it goes on. I almost wish, again, that maybe it wouldn't be week because literally the show's going to go on for 4 months.
3 months, 4 months.
Like, that's a lot.
It's a long time.
Yeah, but it's a very Disney move. So, like, as they want you to be on there, especially if, they got other stuff going on. I know Andor is coming soon.
They're promoting that now,
So they got to try to keep you on, I guess, reduce the churn. But good to talk about this, man. I know,
man,
like,
I was fired up.
You were the pants so tight, there's no pants at all. Like, you were all in on it. So I was very curious, and I'm glad that we're coming out on the other side, still friends, still have a podcast, because, man, this is just, it's making me shake my head. I'm seeing these scores and going, are you out of your fucking mind? So
I agree. I saw the 91% and all that stuff. And there's one reviewer who gave like a 77. I'm like, that's about right. Like, it's like 77, 80% right now. It's not in the 90s. Nowhere near the 90s.
Yeah, I'm not even to 77 yet. But yes, I hear you. And it shouldn't be, like I told you, why are the scores higher than the original Daredevil? Are you
not even close. Not even close.
But again, if you want a North Star to look at, when I was going through the Rotten Tomato little excerpts of the people who actually said positive things, they say things like they've seen the whole season. So if that gives you any more positive energy to get us through this moment, then it would be the people who are like, oh, I've seen it all the way through and still gave it a positive score.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't read too many of the reviews yet.
Yeah. So all TBD, but we will keep track of it on this feed, of course. We'll check in probably periodically. You know, I would
like quarterly maybe now?
Yeah.
Quarterly?
Monthly, quarterly, somewhere around there. Yeah, we will get there. But I appreciate you doing this middle of the week. We were both very excited. This is very cool. Thanks to everyone out there for listening. Be sure to follow us at Recent Act Pod. Subscribe so you don't miss any of our next commentary on whenever we jump back in on Daredevil Born Again. And be sure to come back next week for more recent activity.